Disneyland news time. All of the headlines coming out of the West Coast theme park, the Disneyland Resort. My friends, there are so many attractions, pieces of entertainment, dining options returning to Disneyland and California Adventure here very shortly. There's a lot of things to touch on, and it's wonderful to see because quite frankly, we are getting back to normal, and that is the best way to feel. That is the best way to experience the happiest place on earth. We all know here in the state of California, June 15th was the day in which our state government found it necessary to decree that we are back in business, that people can return, that things can go back to a semblance of normalcy. And now we are watching as more and more is being added on to the Disneyland and California Adventure Experience roster. In fact, we are going to take a look here. There are several options in which Disneyland is going to be throwing back in your direction, going to be throwing back your way. All kinds of things from live bands, which the Disneyland Band has returned, Five and Dime over at California Adventure. Live entertainment in the Disney parks really is the sparkle in the show. I know is something that we like to refer to at Disneyland. You know, it's the sparkle in the show. That's what entertainment is. Certainly something that I know we've all been waiting for to see. Entertainment return is such a big plus to the experience. It's weird not having it. Certainly out at Walt Disney World, we watched since last summer as they reopened back in July of 2020. They were able to do cavalcades. They were able to do sort of low-level brief parades at random times, so that magic was kept flowing, certainly with characters out and about at the Disneyland Resort and different places within the theme parks. They've been able to sort of add that extra magic to the lineup and have them sort of peeking out of their various porches, train stations, that sort of thing, to surprise people and give them a little bit of magic where they need it, but no such things when it comes to like the cavalcades and the parades and stuff like that. So having live entertainment back in any sort of capacity at Disneyland and the musical functions of it all is something that's very special to all of us. Moving right along into the dining options that have returned at Disneyland. Some new and some old returning here. The list itself is quite lengthy, and we won't go into all of it because much of it has just reopened. So from things like the Tiki Juice Bar, Rancho del Zocalo Restaurante, Alien Pizza Planet, all having recently reopened. And then on top of that, you have some new items, or some old friends returning, as I like to say. So for June the 24th, coming right up, Maurice's Treats, Edelweiss Snacks over in Disneyland. So really cool to see these options returning because we all know that more dining is always better. And then over at California Adventure, we also have some additions to the list and a brand new option entirely, which is pretty cool. The Lamplight Lounge Boardwalk Dining, that will be opening on June 24th. You won't need a reservation for that. It's a walk-up, so I think that's pretty cool. Jack Jack Cookie Num Nums on June 24th, and Cozy Cone Motel Pop Cone also returning June the 24th, with all of the other options having just returned on June the 17th. We also have several attractions that are returning to both theme parks over at Disneyland and California Adventure. We're seeing quite a few of the attractions that have just come online as of June 15th. And then in addition to that, we're also watching as more get brought back into being. So from Davy Crockett's Explorer Canoes, Tom Sawyer Island returning June 20th, Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters returning June the 25th, Storybook Land Canal Boats June 27th, Matterhorn Bobsleds July the 2nd, Jungle Cruise coming back July the 16th. All things that make me filled with glee, I should say, to see all of these things returning. So there you have it, the big coverage of all the stuff coming back to you in the form of both the Disneyland and California Adventure. Katrina, what are we looking forward to the most?
Oh, man.
It was a big list.
I mean, I know there's like so many things that, I mean, there's like dining and then there's entertainment, and that's like insane, you know? And like, I'm excited to see that the citizens of Buena Vista Street are out and like, not out and about really, but they're also in that little picture rotunda that they made with Mickey and everybody. And I'm excited to see if they're going to bring back like the Pearly Band, and how they're going to do that really. Cause they mainly focus in Fantasyland.
Right.
So I'm curious if they're going to continue or if they're going to wait a little bit, because they definitely get a crowd going.
Yeah.
But maybe they'll just stick on the merry-go-round. Who knows? That'd be really cool if they just stayed there going around and around and around.
I know they used to do the little castle show, right? They used to like
with Mary
they would
Poppins
come out,
and
yeah,
stuff
they do a little
with
castle
the
show.
band too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited to see that too if it's gonna come back because that one's okay.
Yeah, because Pearly Band would get together with Mary and Bert, and they would do their thing out in front of the castle. That certainly seems like something that would be feasible. You know?
I mean, at least like that area. I mean, I guess pictures would have to stop. I mean, that's like the main focus right now when you go in is everybody wants to get the picture in front of the castle. So there's always like a lengthy line. So
I need my icon
I don't
shot.
know how they're going to do it, but I'm excited to see that and like the food coming back. Like I'm really excited for Lamplight Lounge brunch because we only were able to do it once before lockdown. And
Yes.
I miss those flautas. I was not expecting those to be good because I don't know. I'm like weird with like all plant-based stuff, but oh my goodness, that plant-based chorizo, and I'm not a chorizo fan either,
No.
and it was beautiful. I actually really liked it. So I'm looking forward to it. I got my reservation. We're ready to go. I got it, and so I'm looking forward to it.
Yum yum.
And then those cookie num-nums too.
Oh, who doesn't love a?
I'm waiting for that gluten-free cookie because that was actually probably the best sugar cookie I've ever had. Was over there.
High praise.
Yeah, it's delicious.
A deep chocolate chip cookie as well that you can enjoy for those that
gluten
don't
people.
have the gluten allergy. Certainly something you can enjoy. Tyler, it's a big list. Lots of things returning all here within the next couple weeks. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to see everything coming back because kind of as you said, like it's the entertainment is like the sparkle of the show, like because if you really think about it, it's been very quiet going into some of these parks recently because I'm so used to like, especially in like California Adventure, it's like I feel like every time I walk in there, it was always like Five and Dime or the trolley with the newsboys on it, like every single time. And I just it's one of those things that makes the park feel alive and lived in and like, you know, an exciting place to be. So I'm very excited for all the entertainment to come back, and I'm really excited for Jungle Cruise. I mean, I can't wait to go on the new version of Jungle Cruise, and I think all the changes look like a lot of fun, and I just love that they're adding more story to it and more characters, and I think that's a huge plus. And I've seen a couple photos here and there of like the Disney World version kind of slowly adding things, but it'll be kind of cool, I think, to see it all at once when they reopen it in Disneyland, right?
Oh yeah.
I think it'll be a better experience actually than seeing it kind of pieced together like it is in World. So I'm really excited for those things mostly. And like I see like Tiki Andy saying like the piano guy at Coke Corner, like that's just one of those things. And I remember, you know, Alice in Wonderland would come over and Mad Hatter, and they would play like musical chairs with all the kids and stuff like that. And that was one of those things that was always really fun to see. So I hope all that stuff comes back. I'm very excited. I just wish that they brought the college band back this year.
Yeah, it would have been neat had they been able to sneak them in. Always a big part of summer every year at Disneyland. All-American College Band, for those people that have never experienced them before. They're only around for the summertime, and they bring a high-energy, high-octane slap to the face, basically. A magical slap.
Yeah.
That's for
well,
sure.
I think they actually really inspired the way that the Disneyland Band works now, because I mean, I'm not trying to smack talk anybody, but it just felt very like the old Disneyland Band felt very kind of subdued and very like professional, and now they go out and have a bunch of fun with it. Because if you've never seen the College Band before, or even the new Disneyland Band, they kind of have little dance moves they do with and they have like different, you know, jokes, like little inside jokes and stuff they say. And so it was always just a really entertaining thing to watch, because I never saw a band play like that before, you know. So hopefully they come back next year.
Yeah, definitely so. You know, I know that Disneyland side, it's often commented by people who visit both Disneyland and Walt Disney World that Disneyland itself tends to have a more lived-in feel when it comes to characters and atmosphere entertainment. And, you know, the point that you just made there about having Alice in Wonderland and, you know, making that sort of Coke Corner atmosphere into a musical chairs piece of fun with the Mad Hatter and doing those sorts of things. You get to interact with your characters in a very playful way, where it's not a full-on meet and greet that you need a fast pass to and you're lined up for an hour to meet them sort of a thing. You know, all indoors, which is what Walt Disney World tends to do, because meeting a character in Florida is like an event. Whereas, you know, you meet somebody in Disneyland, you meet a character, or you have that atmosphere entertainment sort of show up at Disneyland, and it feels like it just was meant to be there. You know, you just feel like it's lived in. So
And it's a great memory for kids too, because
Oh,
I mean, yeah, there's like a great memory of like walking up and seeing Mickey Mouse and stuff, but then like when you're able to like go back to school and be like, I got to play with Alice and the Mad Hatter and I won, and people are like, what is she smoking? Like, you know what I mean? It's actually really fun to see these kids just light up, and they make friends that way too, because we've seen it. We've always watched it every now and then, and it's really fun to see because these kids are like just getting along and having fun. They've never met each other in their lives, and they get to play musical chairs.
how
Like,
many
fun
people
is
get
that?
to say that?
Yeah, it's really great. I love it.
I've never played musical chairs with them, but I like watching a lot. It's fun.
I don't think we're allowed to play musical chairs.
Oh, I think we are
I
very
think
allowed
you
to play
guys
if we
can,
want to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be like, get out of the way.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
6-year-old. This
Yeah,
is my
you.
time.
Yeah, you wait
Yeah,
for the
right.
5-year-old to sit on the last chair and you pull it away.
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
do recall-
Tyler's move.
I do recall a time, having worked at Disneyland for a number of years, I do recall a time in which I happened to be holstered my lightsaber on my hip. Had my name tag on, was wearing my business casual attire. It was a big Star Wars weekend event type thing going on, and I was approached by Mary Poppins, who looked me up and down and said, Wade, are you a Jedi? To which I said, only to protect you, my dear.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
and then Bert punched you in the face.
You know, I don't understand their relationship really.
I know.
So
Yeah, the relationship is a little questionable. Yeah.
I've heard him flat out, you know, tell people like we're not together. I've heard that. I've heard people, you know, say, oh, you know, I wonder what Mary is like at home, and I've heard him say, I wouldn't know. So
Yeah,
you know, he
Technically, they're not together.
they're not. They're just
friends.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's possible. Yeah,
A gentleman friend.
but she needs a protector, and that's me. Jedi Master Wade. Thank you very much. Well, we are so looking forward to all of the dining options returning, as well as the attractions coming back online this summer. Live entertainment, such a big part of the Disneyland Resort experience. What are you most looking forward to? We're always interested in that. Did we miss anything? Go ahead and leave it in our comments section. And if you are pumped to see all these things return, getting Disneyland back to a place of normalcy, give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't done so already.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.